Class 12th, Subject Physics, 13th chapter, AC Circuits. From this chapter, let us see the power in AC circuits. We know that the power is rate of doing work, that is the rate at which work is done. It is given as power equal to work upon time, and therefore if you consider a DC circuit, then for DC circuit, power is always measured as the product of voltage and current, because in case of DC circuit, both voltage and current values are constant, and therefore directly we can calculate the product of voltage and current as the power. But on the other hand, in case of AC circuits, the values of current and voltage change at every instant of time. There is variation in the values of current and voltage time to time, and hence power in the AC circuit at a given instant of time will be given as the product of instantaneous current and instantaneous voltage. And therefore let us consider now the power, that is the average power associated with resistance. That is, here we will consider purely resistive circuit, and for that purely resistive circuit, what will be the average power that we will have to find out. So in case of purely resistive circuit, already we have studied that the alternating current and the alternating voltage are in the same phase. That is, the phase difference between the voltage and current is 0, and therefore we can say that when E is equal to E0 sin omega t, at that time current I will be equal to I0 sin omega t. So these two equations will represent the instantaneous values of EMF, that is voltage and current, and hence the instantaneous power P will be equal to the product of instantaneous voltage and instantaneous current, and therefore it will be written as P is equal to E into I. Now putting the values of E and I, we will get P equal to E0 sin omega t into I0 sin omega t. That will be written as E0 I0 sin square omega t. E0 I0 sin square omega t. Let it be equation number 1. This equation gives us the instantaneous power. Now, as instantaneous power P is equal to E0 I0 sin square omega t, we can say that the instantaneous power is varying with time, and therefore as instantaneous power is varying with time, in order to find the work done, we will consider the average power instead of the instantaneous power, and that average power will be obtained by integrating this equation number 1, and therefore we have written here, integrating equation 1, we get average power. So this instantaneous power will be integrated so that we will get the average power, because this instantaneous power will be for very short interval of time, and then from this we can find the average value, that is the power for finite interval of time, and therefore integrating this equation 1, we will get the average power, that is P average is equal to work done in one cycle. So here we will consider one complete cycle of AC, and therefore work done in one cycle divided by time in one cycle, that will give us average power. So from this, work done will be equal to power into time, and therefore P average will be written as integration from 0 to t. These are the limiting values of time for one cycle, that is from 0 to t, P dt. So this P dt will represent work done, because power into time, that product will be work done, and therefore it is P dt upon T. Now average power will be further written as the average power PAV is equal to integration 0 to T. Putting value of P here, we will get E0 I0 sin square omega T dt upon time T. So this term will represent P dt upon T, that is E0 I0 sin square omega T dt upon T. Then it will be written as E0 I0 are the peak values of voltage and current and time T. All these three factors are constant, therefore taken out of integration, and hence we will get E0 I0 upon T integration from 0 to T sin square omega T dt. Now its integration will be calculated by using the formula of sin square x, that is sin square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x upon 2. By using this formula, this term will be written, and therefore we can write P average is equal to E0 I0 upon T integration from 0 to T 1 minus cos 2 omega T upon 2 into dt. So here 1 minus cos 2x upon 2, like this formula is written here. Then further we can write P average is equal to E0 I0 upon T into, we will now separate this denominator for these two terms and multiply each term by dt, and therefore separately this integration will be written as integration from 0 to T dt upon 2 dt by 2 minus integration from 0 to T cos 2 omega T dt upon 2. Now this will be written as P average is equal to E0 I0 upon T. Integration of this dt will be equal to T, and therefore this term, first term, we will get T by 2 from 0 to T minus integration of this term will be sin 2 omega T upon 2 omega from 0 to T. But value of this will be only T by 2, it will be T by 2, and this value for one cycle will be equal to 0, that is sin 2 omega T upon 2 omega from 0 to T is equal to 0, that is the total work done in one complete cycle will be equal to 0, and therefore we can say that P average will be equal to E0 I0 upon T. P average is equal to E0 I0 upon T into this T by 2. Then T will get cancelled, and therefore we will get E0 I0 upon 2, that is E0 I0 upon 2. Now by splitting this denominator, that is 2, as root 2 into root 2, that will be again 2, we can write E0 upon root 2 into I0 upon root 2. But previously we have seen that this E0 by root 2 represents RMS value of voltage, and I0 by root 2 represents RMS value of current, that is root mean square voltage as well as current. These are the values of RMS voltage and RMS current, and therefore we can write average power PAV is equal to ERMS into IRMS. That is, in case of purely resistive circuit, the average power is the product of RMS value of voltage and RMS value of current.